It doesn't matter your age, gender, where you live, your race, how much money you make, we all will face disappointments in life. Life is made up of big and small disappointments, but how do you handle them? How do you take disappointment like a champ? Well, today in this video, I am going to share with you 3 ways that you can handle disappointment and turn it into that catalyst for change and wonderful things to happen in your life. Hey, I'm Abby J, founder of AJ Life Hacks, and my channel is all about personal development and helping you through some of these challenges of life, such as facing major disappointments. If you're new to my channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button so that you can stay informed on these videos. But right now, let's get to it on these 3 tips to dealing with disappointment. The first tip when it comes to disappointment is to confront reality. We live in a world where we tend to say, oh, it's fine, don't worry about it, I'm gonna push that off, it's fine, get up on your feet. Well, that's all great in the moment, but sometimes when disappointments hit us, and they hit us hard, and you know what, it doesn't matter if that was you didn't make the basketball team, or if you lost your job, or a relationship ended, there's all scales of disappointments, and they matter to you. And in that moment, they feel life-crushing, and you're just not sure how you're gonna go on. Well, when you confront reality, you address those emotions. Because we all need time to address those emotions and not shove them off, because if we do, they tend to come back later. Now, my advice for you is to be sad and feel all those emotions for only one day. Yeah, a day. The reason I say this is I learned it firsthand. I remember going through such a nasty breakup, and I was crying to my mom, and she was such a great support and emotional support for me during that time, up until about like 3 hours into my sob story, and then she flat out told me, Abby, get over it. And I thought, that is so harsh and so mean, and you just don't understand my pain. Well, it did kind of force me to realize that, hey, I have life to live, and I can't cry about this forever. I've cried about it for my day, but I can't cry about it forever. Help me move on. Now, take my cousin. About the exact same time, she had a super nasty breakup as well. And I remember her just crying and telling me all about it, and I felt for her. I really felt it because I had just gone through that. But she didn't have somebody say, hey, knock it off, get over it. And she dropped out of high school. She started taking online classes so that she'd never have to see this boy or go, like accidentally run into her ex-boyfriend. And I just remember thinking, that is so insane, because you have literally hurt your own happiness by dropping out of school, not seeing your friends, just because of some disappointment that happened to you. So in this step of confronting reality, feel those emotions, feel that sad, that disappointment, and then realize that you're going to have to get over it. And how are you going to get over it? Well, we're going to look at step number 2, which is to look at the why of your disappointment. Now, a lot of people will say, oh, I learned more from failure than I ever did from success. And that is true, but they leave out the how. And I'm always left there thinking, how is this failure supposed to help me grow? Well, it's in this step of figuring out why we failed or why we experienced this disappointment. Did we not practice enough to make the school play or to make the team? Did we maybe not treat our relationship with the care that it needed? Did we, have a lack of responsibility? Was this our fault by any reason? And this might seem a little harsh, but this really helps you get down to, how am I going to be better and how am I going to avoid this disappointment in the future? Now, some of you are sitting there and you're saying to yourself, hey, it wasn't my fault I got hit by that car. Or it wasn't my fault that it was Tuesday and lightning struck and blah, 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 and it was a natural disaster that happened to you. Completely understand. But with looking at the why and realizing, hey, it wasn't me. It was that other person's choice and I really had nothing to do with it. Well, that will help you get over it even faster, to realize this isn't about me and this wasn't something wrong with myself. My third and probably the most important tip when dealing with disappointment is to take responsibility of your own life. I heard this from Will Smith one time in a video and it changed my life. And he said that it might not be our fault, but it dang sure is our responsibility. Yes, it's not my fault that I had a poor relationship, or that my parents divorced, or that I grew up in poverty. Those aren't your fault, but it's my responsibility to take charge of my life and to find happiness. And so that's what takes our disappointments from being, oh, I just can't get over this, to it's my responsibility to get over this and to find happiness again or change something. So this really helps us to not develop a loser's limp. We just start to tag on these little limps in our walk, just like when athletes get off the field and they're limping and we don't ever recover for it. And we go through life with this limp of, oh man, I really could have been something great if this thing didn't happen to me. So this step is all about taking responsibility and making sure that our life is a factor of what we want it to be. And we are not being defined by these disappointments that come our way. But how you handle it, how you face these disappointments makes all the difference of your life. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a nice thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't yet to my channel. Please comment below with maybe a disappointment you faced or one of these steps that you're going to take to the next level in your life to help you get through some of those disappointments. Thank you again for watching. I appreciate all your support on my channel, and of course, I will see you in the next video. So